The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to The Absurd, our podcast about things that are absurd. We've got stories and histories and mysteries and things that are freaky and frightening and funny and foolish and Freudian and not fallopian. That doesn't...
Fallopian.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, no, not that. That would be weird, eh?
Yeah.
Well, we did do that story about the wandering womb, so that was kind of fallopian. Hey, Mel, how's it going?
Good. Rod, how are you?
I'm okay. That's
Great.
Mel.
It's
It's
Mel.
too warm out for me.
It's not too bad today.
No, I don't know. I guess it's not so
It's
bad.
not so bad. It's only like 20 degrees.
Yeah, it's not bad. But I don't like when
comfy,
it's
cozy.
hot. I wash my windows.
Did you?
Yeah, they're
Finally.
I know. Well, I'm not doing it in the stinking winter, am I?
Well, no. But,
Right.
You know.
I even Windexed them. I just did the outside
know?
today. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They're a bit streaky, but I actually don't give a damn about streaks.
Yeah, they are a bit streaky.
Shut up.
Is that why your blinds are closed?
No, just because it was too bright and it keeps it cooler in here if the blinds are closed. Eh?
Fair.
I got my summer plants too.
Your summer plants.
Uh-huh.
I see.
Like plants for the summer.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
I got a fern,
Uh-huh.
which I call Fern Chance after one of my mother's friends.
Yeah.
I got a plant called a purple people eater.
Okay.
It's what do you call it? It's a succulent.
Succulent.
Yeah, not like chicken wings in a succulent. But you should feel the teeth on this thing. It's sharp, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. We'll go out and you can rub your hand across it.
Can I? Can't wait.
Of course you can. Yeah. And then I got a castor bean plant.
Ah.
You know what about castor bean plants?
Yes.
They're
What about
poisonous, like hugely toxic.
Oh, then don't eat it.
Well, I'm not going to. But the beans, you get ricin, R-I-C-I-N, which is a neurotoxin, and been used as nerve gas by militaries.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, dude.
Planning on taking it to the building or what?
No. I was thinking maybe of making a nice bowl of castor bean soup for my neighbors, but I'd probably get caught. And, I have this thing. What's this thing? Oh, yeah, conscience,
Oh, that.
Bloody morals.
Lame.
I hate morals. Yeah. Anything exciting happening with you?
Not really. No.
Really? No?
No. We got the trampoline put up at home, so that's been very exciting.
Trampoline or trabampoline?
What?
That's what Homer Simpson calls it, a trabampoline.
A trampoline. Okay.
It's way more fun. You'll get used to it.
Okay.
Have you been on it yet?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a big one.
How big? Does it have a net around it?
Yes.
Boring.
Boring. Well, I have little kids in there, so,
Well, it's natural selection, dude. Yeah. See what you're made of.
No, it's good.
Yeah, it was a nice weekend.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I got my plants, and they have what do you call them? Peacocks out
yes.
at the nursery.
Yes.
You ever been out there at Shady Lane?
I have not.
It's awesome, dude.
I don't like peacocks. I think I was telling you
Oh,
this
yeah.
story.
Why is that again? They attacked you or something?
Because I got chased by them. Every
yeah.
time we went to, I don't even know if it's still there, but it's in Nova Scotia, and it was called...
Nova Scotia's still there.
I hope so. It was called Wildlife Park Zoo or something like that, and it was a small zoo.
Yeah.
But we used to go there a lot, and they had peacocks just wandering around.
Yeah, as they do. Yeah.
And they like to chase me for some reason.
Peacocks wandered aimlessly underneath an orange tree. It's Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
That's great.
How many times did they chase you?
I don't know. A lot. Every time we went.
Really?
And then I would just start avoiding them because, yeah, I don't like them.
We obviously did something to them. You probably deserved it. Anyway, I didn't see any out there this time, but I could hear them
Oh, yeah.
calling. Lena. Lena. That's what they were calling. But no, they're really loud. Like, they actually use them as guard animals, right? Like, not that they'll attack anything, but they'll let you know if
Yeah.
if stuff's going awry.
Well, I will have to check it out.
You will. It's Mennonite owned. The cash or check. They take checks.
Wow.
What year is it, dude? Yeah, so nothing to report, eh?
Nothing to report. No.
I wish to correct you. You have one thing to report.
Who, me? Why? What happened?
Well, because one of our faithful listeners, who also happens to be my sister-in-law, named Tracy, who's awesome, she gave us a gift.
Did she now?
She gave me 2 packages of Fun Dip.
Yes.
Obviously, because she didn't think you would ever make good on your promise. And she gave you 2 Three Musketeers bars, which you now have. Yes. You have no idea how tempted I was to dig into one of those too, dude.
Well, I wouldn't have known. You could have had one.
Yeah, I would have.
She only had one.
The guilt would have destroyed me.
Why, thank you,
You're
Tracy.
No,
not you. I'm thanking Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
And thank you, Rod, for not eating them.
You're welcome, Tracy. Oh, no, you're well. Hey, so let's get into action here.
Okay.
You may recall, either you or the listeners, hopefully all of you, will recall when I did the solo episode when you were away doing the Dragon's work.
Yes, right.
And I announced a new segment called Darwinianisms.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You know what a Darwinianism is?
Yes.
Like people who do really stupid stuff. And in order to qualify for a Darwin Award, you either have to end your existence, not on purpose, of course, or render yourself incapable of adding to your bloodline.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Your reproductive capacity is done. It's
Back
over.
to the fallopian tubes. Got it.
Sort of.
Go ahead.
Yeah, or the spermatic cords, whatever is the equivalent.
Spermatic cords.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, because of our new segment called Darwinianisms, I have this brand new music that I'm going to use from now on to identify the Darwinianism segment. So back in episode 18, last August, I did a segment. It was about videos that are called mukbang videos. And these are videos where people eat ridiculously massive meals whilst on video. And then they post them to TikTok or wherever people post that kind of shit. And I did mention about that how Guinness Book of World Records stopped doing eating records.
Right.
Like for the amount you eat.
Yeah.
Because people were dying from it. God almighty. Anyways, this is slightly different, but they still are mukbang videos. There's a Taiwanese beauty influencer, God, I hate the word influencer, named Guava Shui Shui.
Guava?
She's died at the ripe old age of 24 as a result of a quote-unquote sudden illness. The content creator, known to her fans as Guava Beauty, gained a large following as a result of her controversial habit of tasting makeup products as she tested them. The influencer would eat makeup products including lipstick, blush, face masks, and cotton pads.
Ew.
While it has not been determined the precise reason for her demise, it is absolutely tied to her eating makeup.
Wow.
Now, as a woman, you being a woman, of course, you do use makeup.
I do.
Have you ever eaten any of it?
Can't say I have.
No?
No.
Never eaten a lipstick?
No.
Like, bitten off it?
No. Can't say I have.
Face masks?
No.
No. Blush?
No.
Cotton pads?
Definitely not.
Like, who the hell decides what? God, man. I'll tell you what. Like, we all like attention.
Sure.
Generally, most people like, good attention.
Yep.
And it is true that on social media, when you get likes or loves or comments or whatever, it does trigger a bit of a dopamine response, right? It feels good. It's acknowledgement. but not at any bloody price.
Right.
Maybe don't eat makeup.
Maybe not.
Maybe don't eat poisonous mushrooms. Or, I don't know, like wrestle a boa constrictor just to get points.
Right.
There's better ways. Or maybe don't worry about the points.
Yeah. It's all about being different, Rod.
So, yeah, that's our first official Darwinianism entry. I think it qualifies. I already found another one for next time.
Do you now?
But I can't tell you about it.
Okay.
Yeah, nice verb
Guess
tense.
I'll wait.
You're going to have to. So it's my turn to start this week.
Okay.
You know?
Sure.
I have a question for you, Mel.
Go for it.
Do you like to read?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Like fiction?
Yes.
What kind of fiction do you like? No, let me guess. You're a Harlequin romance kind of girl.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay, what do you like? Horror?
I'm more thriller,
Yeah, okay.
suspense, murder mystery.
Do you like John Grisham?
He's all right.
My dad really likes him.
You remember when we went to that show, the Pages and Pleasures, and I bought some like fun books?
Yeah.
I'm struggling, dude.
What do you mean?
Struggling to get through them.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not awesome?
They're not great.
That's too bad, because she was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That author.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right, eh?
I don't know.
How many did you buy? Like 9?
No, I bought 4, and I gave a couple of them away already.
Did you read them first?
No, I still have 2 of them that I haven't touched.
No, but the 2 you gave away, did you read them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Were they all by the same author? I can't remember.
No, there's a few different authors.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I just...
Not into it.
I don't know. One of them, I read maybe 3/4 of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even care anymore. So I gave that one away.
Yeah.
And the other one, I read about half. And I'm like, I can't.
Did you ever read horror?
I have.
Even as a youngin'?
Yeah, I have.
I used to read a lot of Stephen King when I was
Yeah,
young.
same. Yeah.
But I really liked his short stories.
Yeah.
They were my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Now I almost never read fiction, even though I did a lot back when I was younger. Ever since university.
Right.
University put the hurt on me for reading because I had to do so much reading out of requirement, out of necessity.
Right.
But I still read a lot of nonfiction. That's almost entirely what I read.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I get my fiction through movies, yo. Anyways, one more question.
Yes.
Have you ever read the last page first of a book?
No.
Good. My respect for you went up. I can't stand when people do that. How do you do it?
I don't want to do
Do you
that.
rewind to the end of the movie?
Yeah.
Or not rewind. I guess that would be forward. Shut up. I was actually telling myself to shut up.
Rewind to the end of the movie. I like it. Go for it.
All right, but this is about a book. And there's a bit of editorializing in this, but I think it's acceptable, so I shall read it verbatim.
Okay.
Reading a book is usually a peaceful, harmless, even enriching activity. I would agree with that. But there is one book in history whose reading, or mere possession, proved fatal for many. Not because it contained subversive ideas or blasphemies, but because the physical object itself was deadly. It is a 19th century book known as Shadows from the Walls of Death.
Ooh, that's a great name.
It is. A dark title for an even more lethal content. The work was published in 1874 by Robert Kedzie, a physician and professor of chemistry in the United States. His goal was not to kill, but to warn. At the time, many household wallpapers contained arsenic-based pigments, especially the famous Paris green, a vibrant shade used to add color and elegance to Victorian homes. The problem was that, over time and with humidity, these pigments released toxic gases such as arsine, which could cause headaches, vomiting, seizures, and even death. To draw the attention of the public and the authorities to this invisible danger, Kedzie collected 86 authentic samples of wallpaper contaminated with arsenic and bound them into a volume that he distributed to libraries and public institutions. The book contained no text, just pages of poisoned paper. Its title was a warning, Shadow from the Walls of Death. We say this, but I remember books of wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
And carpet samples
Yep.
had books, right?
Yep.
The cruel irony is that the warning itself became a hazard. People who handled the book without protection began to fall ill, and there were reports of deaths linked to direct exposure. Over the years, most copies were destroyed as a precaution. Today, it's believed that only 4 copies remain in the world, all stored under special conditions, sealed and accessible only with safety equipment. Kesey's book is one of the most bizarre cases where the medium became more dangerous than the message. It serves as a reminder of the real and sometimes fatal power certain substances have had and still have in our daily lives. And it also shows how, even with good intentions, a work can spiral out of control and become quite literally deadly.
Wow.
Word. But, I mean, his intentions were totally pure.
Sure.
Of course, what they say about the road to hell.
Yeah.
But I wonder what those books are worth now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to get you one.
Did they say where they were kept?
No, I know. I should look that up, actually. Yeah, it's like microplastics of the 1870s.
Right. Yes.
Except I'm sure companies knew they were bad for us. They just didn't give a damn.
No, they didn't give a shit. No.
But it's like lead paint. I was actually talking to my folks about this on the weekend. Like, little kids would lick their cribs and walls because the lead in the paint was sweet.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of evidence to suggest that a lot of people now are like, oh my God, crime's out of control. Crime in the 70s was way higher. Way higher. And I should say that was kind of the end of the really high crime rates.
Right.
And one of the reasons is believed to be because of leaded gasoline and leaded paint. Because leaded gasoline would come out in the exhaust. And people would breathe it in, and it has long-term negative. It's a neurotoxin again. Right. That's why there was so many crazy people in the rich class in Rome, because they kept their wine in pewter jugs. Pewter is made with lead.
That's right.
And the lead would leach out and into the wine. Right?
Right.
So, yeah, that's, again, all very innocent.
Yeah.
Just no clue, no idea.
No idea.
Yeah, so, yeah, if you see, like, a wallpaper book, I don't know what you should do. Don't turn the page.
Do they still make those, though?
I don't know.
I haven't seen one in a really long time.
Wallpaper's kind of back, man, and it's a nightmare to put on.
Yes, it is. It's worse to take off.
Granted. Yeah, that's true. Because I'm thinking of painting my place, but I wonder if I should wallpaper it.
Are you allowed to paint in here?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. As long as you can paint whatever color you want. As long as them going over it, if it takes more than one coat to go over it, then they're going to charge you.
So you can't do hot pink or something?
You can, but you're going to end up paying for it at the end. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to die here. So what do I care? You got a story for us?
I do.
What you got, lady? Show us what you got.
You
Show us what you got.
Show us what you got.
Yeah.
You kind of gave a little, what's the word?
A hint?
Yeah, you did.
I did.
A little bit earlier without knowing what I was talking about.
Ooh, I kind of like it then.
All right.
Let's see.
We're going to go to New Zealand.
Oh, I'd love to go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same. It's very beautiful.
Do you like, what was I thinking? I just thought of key lime pie, but I was thinking of kiwi pie. But it's not the same thing.
No.
Kiwi's a bird.
Key lime pie.
Huh?
I love key lime pie.
Me too.
Sweet Scoops has an amazing key lime pie ice cream.
Yeah?
So good.
I want it.
Anyway, I should
Okay,
go there on
go.
my way home.
Thank
Anyway, before Erin Patterson's in-laws and their relatives arrived at her home for lunch, she bought pricey ingredients, consulted friends about recipes, and sent her children out to a movie. Then the Australian woman served them a dish containing poisonous death cap mushrooms.
Oh, God.
A meal that was fatal for 3 of her 4 guests.
Oh, my God.
Whether that was Patterson's plan is at the heart of the triple murder trial that has gripped Australia for nearly 6 weeks.
Well, it was in New Zealand.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what it says.
Okay.
But she's from Australia.
Gotcha.
Anyways, she lured her guests to lunch with a lie about having cancer before deliberately feeding them toxic fungi.
What?
But her lawyers say the tainted beef Wellington she served was a tragic accident caused by a mushroom storage mishap.
Yeah.
She denies murdering her estranged husband's parents, Don and Gail Patterson, and their relative, Sarah Wilkinson. The mother of two also denies attempting to murder Heather's husband, Ian Wilkinson, who survived the meal. In a rare step for a defendant charged with murder, Patterson chose to speak in her own defense at her trial this week. On Wednesday, she spoke publicly for the first time about the fateful lunch in July 2023 and offered her explanations on how she planned the meal and didn't become sick herself. Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
No one disputes that Patterson, 50 years old, served death cap mushrooms. I love that. Death cap mushrooms to her guests for lunch, but she says she did it unknowingly. Patterson said Wednesday she splurged on expensive ingredients and researched ideas to find something special to serve.
Well, mission accomplished.
Yes. She deviated from her chosen recipe to improve the bland flavor, she says. She believes she was adding dried fungi bought from an Asian supermarket from a container in her pantry. Now I think there was a possibility that there were some foraged ones in there as well, she said. Patterson had foraged wild mushrooms for years, she told the court on Tuesday, and had put some in her pantry weeks before the deaths. Patterson, who formally separated from her husband Simon Patterson in 2015, said she felt hurt when Simon told her the night before the lunch that he wasn't comfortable attending. Yeah, because she wanted to kill him too.
Yeah, she's disappointed.
Yeah. She earlier told his relatives that she had arranged the meal to discuss her health. Patterson admitted this week that she had never had cancer, but after a health scare, she told her in-laws she did. In reality, Patterson said she intended to have weight loss surgery, but she was too embarrassed to tell anyone and planned to pretend to her in-laws that she was undergoing cancer treatments instead.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well done, you.
Yeah. Always thinking of others.
Yeah, right. The accused said she believes she was spared the worst effects of the poison meal because she self-induced vomiting shortly after her lunch guests left.
Yeah. What a coincidence.
She had binged on most of the cake and then made herself throw up. Patterson also said she believes she had eaten enough of the meal to cause her diarrhea. She then sought hospital treatment, but unlike her lunch guests, she quickly recovered.
What?
So she's currently on trial. And if convicted, she faces life in prison for murder for 25 years.
Right. Yeah, okay, so she has some experience foraging for mushrooms. Okay, cool. So presumably then she knew what death cap mushrooms were.
Right.
Because it sounds to me like one does not start foraging for mushrooms and take it on a trial and error basis.
No.
One goes armed with knowledge ahead of time, right? Otherwise you dead.
And if you bought these Asian mushrooms, so she's saying, you're not going to mix them with something that could kill someone. You're going to keep those somewhere else.
You'd think so.
You're not going to put them in your pantry for a snack.
Yeah, like I don't put my my bleach in my water pitcher in my fridge. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, what was that one story at the restaurant where...
Oh, with the wine?
Yes.
Yeah, with the baby getting drunk?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's probably not going to kill anyone. I mean, the kid be a little messed up.
Well, I mean, it could have.
They'd need a lot.
Yeah.
You know. But mushrooms, man, they mess you up.
Absolutely.
You know. And I don't pretend for a second. If I went in the bush and people would be like, "Oh, let's try this," and I'd be like, "Yeah, no idea, man. Don't ask me." You know.
Not doing it.
That's why I buy my mushrooms in the store. You know.
Yep.
Wow. Well. It sounds pretty sus.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
You know.
Also, there was another point that I didn't put in the story there, but she logged into her cell phone that was in the evidence locker. She logged in remotely and removed pictures of her foraging said mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah. So how they figured that? Well, I guess you can figure it out.
Well, that'd be I mean, nothing's ever really deleted, right?
It's not.
As they say.
Yeah.
She's pretty clever, though.
Yeah.
Do I know how to do that?
Unless it's like on the cloud or something. If it's on the
Yeah,
cloud, you
if it
can
was just
easily
on the
go in.
device, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know how to
Well, I
do
guess
that.
but to get remote access, you need on both devices to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, to lie about cancer,
Yeah, that's
pardon
that
the
alone right there.
well, yeah,
It's
and pardon the
stupid.
pun. Like, I don't care how benign your reasons are.
Yeah.
No, man, you don't joke about
No.
that at
No.
all. Well,
No. So she clearly did it because she used the lie to bring them to her house so she could, kill them.
I would think so.
Yeah.
And if she is in fact guilty, then I hope she gets done.
Yeah.
I hope she gets sent up the creek for 25
Absolutely.
years plus. Yeah. Send me those links
Yeah, I will.
for them stories, eh?
Sure.
Okay. I kind of want like battered mushrooms. I can only eat a few though.
I love
A whole
mushroom
order,
caps.
man. They make me feel oogie.
I make oogie.
Yeah.
I make amazing mushroom caps.
Oh, do you?
I do.
And with a just a dash of modesty as well, or what?
No.
Do you batter them?
No.
What do you do with them?
Mm,
Garlic butter?
No, I fill them with. Oh, my tummy just growled
Oh
talking
God,
about
I
it.
heard it. The mic's got it. Too.
No, it's like a cream cheese filling that I put in the
Interesting.
mushrooms.
Are they really big mushrooms?
Well, if you want them to be.
What are those really huge ones they use instead of hamburger patties sometimes?
Oh. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, not those. I just get button mushrooms.
Oh, okay. What the heck are those big mushrooms called?
The portobello
Oh, yeah,
mushrooms.
that's it. That's
Yes.
it. Portobello.
Portobello.
All right. I am going to bring us close to home.
Okay.
We're going to go to Quebec.
All right.
Ever been to Quebec?
Yeah.
Did you like Quebec? Do you like
I
Montreal?
did. I went to Montreal.
Have you been to Quebec City?
I have not.
Recommend.
Yeah?
Very beautiful city.
Okay.
And I think it's certainly the oldest walled city in the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the oldest cities in the Americas, too.
Hmm.
It's cool, dude. We're going to go to Quebec, where a judge ruled that flipping someone off can't be considered a crime because flashing one's middle finger is a God-given right, quote unquote. You know, there's a lot of things, the way they're done in Quebec, I love them.
Uh-huh.
Love them. So Judge Dennis Galliastasis comments were part of the ruling in a dispute involving two neighbors in Montreal, Michael Nakash and Neil Epstein, the CBC reported. Epstein, 45, was arrested in May 2021 after he flashed two middle fingers at Nakash. I just flashed them in the mouth. With whom he had previous disagreements. Epstein was then charged with criminal harassment. Nakash, 34, said Epstein made a throat-slashing gesture with his fingers and flipped him off, which he took offense to, according to court documents. Nakash also told the police that he feared for his life. Judge wrote in his ruling on February 24th this year that it is not a crime to give someone the finger and acquitted Epstein. Flipping the proverbial bird is a God-given charter-enshrined right that belongs to every red-blooded Canadian, the judge wrote. It may not be civil, it may not be polite, it may not be gentlemanly. Nevertheless, it does not trigger criminal liability. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
The judge also wrote that Nakash had no reason to be scared of Epstein. On what basis did he fear that Mr. Epstein was a potential murderer? The fact that he went for quiet walks with his kids? The fact that he socialized with the other young parents on the street? The judge wrote. If that is the standard, we should all fear that our neighbors are killers in waiting. Hide your kids, hide your wives. We are all in mortal danger. God, I love this judge, man.
Great.
He then made it clear how incredulous he was at the case being filed in the first place. He said, in the specific circumstances of this case, the court is inclined to actually take the file and throw it out the window, which is the only way to adequately express my bewilderment with the fact that Mr. Epstein was subjected to an arrest and a fulsome criminal prosecution, the judge wrote. The judge, in his ruling, also berated Nakash for involving the police in petty disputes. Quote unquote, being told to fuck off should not prompt a call to 911, he wrote.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to call all the time.
Talk to me. This is a good judge. And also I looked up the history of the middle finger. Mm-hmm. How far back do you think it goes?
Oh, man, I have no idea.
Well, Greeks and Romans used it, but it wasn't an insult. It was meant for to be sexually provocative.
Really?
The middle finger being the middle finger was a phallic symbol, which it is. And as in one of the comments I saw in the story, that there's a great difference between giving the finger and getting fingered.
Right.
All right.
Big
but
difference.
Apparently, if you're Roman, there wasn't. Now then, there's the middle finger as an insult came about a couple hundred years ago, and some may know that the British, and by extension Australians, New Zealanders, South Africans, and Canadians up until the Second World War used to use the two fingers.
Okay.
So if you hold up the V fingers with the palm facing the person you're giving it to, it means victory, right?
Okay.
If you turn them with the back of your hand facing a person, in the 60s it started to be used to mean peace. But it also means up yours in, as I said, England, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, blah, 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 blah. And it's always thought that symbolism, that using the two fingers went, and I've used this. I've actually told people this is where it comes from, and I'm 100% wrong. That it goes back to the Battle of Agincourt, like 1215 or something, in the 100 Years' War, because the French were apparently cutting off the bow fingers of British bowmen, so they couldn't pull the string.
Okay.
So holding up those two fingers meant like, screw you, we still got him. Except there's no evidence for that rumor, for that myth. The first known image of it was a guy in 1901 in England outside of a factory holding them up, basically saying, don't take my picture. Is the first recorded message of it. Okay. So
interesting.
There's a little history, Mel, of this.
Of that.
Stick it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the middle finger, man.
Oh wow, that's something.
You got something to bring us on home with?
Well, I do.
Ooh-wee.
All right. We're gonna go to Alaska.
Oh God, if we must.
You ever been to Alaska?
I have not.
I'd
North
love to go.
to Alaska, go north, the rush is on.
Great.
It's another song.
Okay.
You'd love to go to Alaska?
I would.
What would you do there?
I'd love to do a cruise up there.
Would you?
Yeah.
Cool. Why don't you?
Well, I don't really have $10,000 to go.
No.
It's apparently very expensive.
Yeah, I don't doubt it is. Yeah. Plus, if you went on the cruise, if you took it. Nah, well, never mind.
What?
Nah, never mind. I was going to make a political joke, but I'm not going to do it. El Salvador or something.
Oh.
Anyway,
okay.
please continue on.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Kel Morris, 61, and his wife, Jo Rope, who was a retired Alaskan state trooper.
Sorry, her name is Jo Rope?
Jo Rope.
J.
Roop. Could be Roop. No,
how do you spell it?
R-O-O-P.
Huh. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Can I? Thanks.
Please, hurry.
They moved to Stewart, which was about 120 miles from Anchorage, Alaska, from Idaho last fall when she took a job with the local police department. Last Saturday, they wanted to avoid the big crowds that converge at the Kenai Peninsula during the holidays and decided to hike near Goodwin Glacier on an isolated and undeveloped trail behind a state prison.
For sure.
The trail that they were walking on was actually a rocky creek bed-lined with large boulders deposited by the glacier. Morris said he noticed dangerous boulders, some weighing up to 1,000 pounds, along the banks of the creek and avoided them the best he could until he ran into an area he couldn't pass. I was coming back and everything, the whole side slid out from under me, he said. He said things became a blur as he tumbled down the embankment about 20 feet, landing face down in the water. Then he immediately felt a boulder hit his back in what they described as basically an avalanche of boulders.
Jeez.
The way Morris landed, there were rocks under him, in between his legs, and around him that caught the weight of the boulder, preventing him from being crushed. But the massive rocks still had him pinned, and Morris felt intense pain, obviously, in his left leg and waited for his femur to snap. When it first happened, I was doubtful that there was going to be a good outcome, Morris said. His wife tried to free him for about 30 minutes. Why would you wait 30 minutes?
Why would
Clearly, he's not getting out.
Yeah, like I'd probably give up after 5 and go, okay, plan B.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm going to call 911 now. Then we'll try and get you out.
What are you doing, honey? I'm looking for dynamite.
Clearly, you can't walk out of here, even if she did manage to free you.
Yeah,
but anyways. She was putting rocks under the boulder and trying to roll it off of him before she left to find a cell signal.
Yeah, that is risky.
Amazingly, she only had to walk about 300 yards to connect with 911.
Sweet.
And relied on her law enforcement experience to send exact GPS coordinates to dispatch.
Yeah, because you need to be a cop to read GPS.
Apparently you do. A volunteer at the neighboring Bear Creek Fire Department heard the call while working at a sled dog tourism operation.
Of course he was.
And diverted the helicopter used to ferry tourists to the scene. Ultimately, firefighters who couldn't navigate their all-terrain vehicles over the boulder field jumped out of the helicopter. By this time, Morris was hypothermic from the cold water running off of the glaciers, and his wife was holding his head out of the water. Oh, my God.
That's got to be pleasant on the neck, eh?
Whew.
Yeah.
I think if we hadn't had that private helicopter assist us, it would have taken us at least another 45 minutes to get to him, and I'm not sure he had that much time. The firefighters used 2 airbags normally reserved to extract people from wrecked vehicles to slightly lift the boulder. But then it just became an all-hands brute force of 1, 2, 3 push, and 7 guys were able to lift it enough to pull the victim out.
Wow.
An Alaskan National Guard helicopter lifted them out of the creek bed with a rescue blanket. Moore spent 2 nights at the local hospital for observation, but walked away unscathed after all of that.
My God.
I fully anticipated a full body recovery, not waking up without a scratch. Morris, who is now reflecting on his ordeal at home, acknowledged it might have been a little wake-up call to stop doing things like this at his age. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it no matter what age I was. But
well, I mean, it's rather harmless enough.
Sure.
Walking down a creek bed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really picture this, though, that there was all these boulders that he couldn't get around. Yeah. I mean, I'm not doubting it for a second. But, it would suck.
Yeah.
There's no way it wouldn't suck.
And having to have your head held up so you don't drown? Oh, God, I can't.
Yeah. I wonder if she, I don't know, put a jacket under his face or something, or under his, to keep his head up.
Just a foot.
Yeah.
Just put your foot under his face.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
And he was 61, I think it's
61, and he walked away without nothing, not a scratch. That's pretty amazing.
I'd be fine. I'd be fine. I'd just stand up and...
Would you? Just hulk your way out of there?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember doing that as a kid? If you were wrestling or something, you got held down and you'd get really mad, hoping that way, and it didn't work. And then you get more mad.
Yeah.
And then you'd probably cry because you were giving up. Get off me, you fucking jerk.
Can't say I did that as a kid, but
What, swore?
No.
What?
Being someone on top of me like
wrestling?
that. Yeah, no. Girls didn't really do that.
Really? Well,
I do it more now, probably, with my son.
Oh, okay.
Realizing he's getting bigger.
Yeah, he's going to kick your ass.
And Addison just lays on top of me because she's way taller than me now.
Right, so she just smothers you.
Uses her height and
Good girl.
And her girth.
Well done.
She just lays
Yeah,
on
why
you.
knock yourself out if you don't have to?
I think she's just, she's evil.
Yeah,
Because she'll
good for
just
her.
do this little giggle, too.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, get up! And she just giggles.
I like her. I like her even more now. I had a belch coming, but it didn't. It was disappointing.
It was an innie.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's life in Alaska, I guess.
Life in Alaska.
I'd rather stay in Canada, and not some anti-American thing, but like I'd love to go to like Iqaluit or like Resolute Bay, really far up.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. Yeah, like going up to tip top of what's up, like Baffin or Ellesmere.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend who, I think a couple times served at Alert. You know what Alert is?
No, I don't.
Alert is it's a weather station, but it's also a Canadian defense listening post.
Okay.
So they can eavesdrop on Russian and Chinese and anybody really, communications over the pole.
Okay.
And it is the most northerly, constant inhabited spot on Earth. And when my friend went up there, he's with the military, and he had a choice of rooms. The big one or the little one. He chose the little one because it was in the most northerly part of the outpost. So he was the most northerly human on Earth.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But it was so secret that he was a firefighter up there because there's also an airfield.
Yeah.
The section regarding eavesdropping, like communication eavesdropping, if there was a fire in there, they were not allowed to go in to put it out. Yeah, man. Secret sneaky.
Secret sneaky.
That's what you are.
No, I'm not.
Secret sneaky.
No.
Yeah, so that's it.
Cool.
So that's it for the day. And I think next week, time permitting, we're going to do a bonus episode.
Yes, we are. I think that'll work just fine.
And we got some more surprises coming. We got some more surprises coming out for you guys, too.
Do we now?
Oh, you know we do.
Oh.
Actually, she doesn't. No, she knows. But in the meantime, I believe Mel has a brief message for us all. Everyone pay attention, please.
The Absurd is brought to you by... No, I'm just
The
kidding.
letter K.
The letter K?
Yeah.
What's K?
Don't you remember Sesame Street?
Yeah, well, yes.
Today's episode is brought to you by the letters K, N, and T, and the number 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, my God. Now we're going to get sued by Sesame Street.
Anyways.
Yeah.
You guys should go check us out. Spotify, YouTube. Give us some 5-star ratings all up in there.
Yep.
And you can find us on all the socials as well.
Yep, we're on every streaming service you can think of, I think.
Yeah.
I hope. And, yeah, so like she said, check us out. You'd be crazy not to.
You would be crazy.
And we would love you. Well, we already love you, but we'll love you more.
More.
Mm-hmm.
More love.
So that's it for today,
That's it
class.
for today.
And we will hopefully see you next week. So in the meantime, please take care of yourselves and one another.
Bye.
Bye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.